All right, Mr. Lockhart has a note here on one of these tickets. Did you send a note to the court, Mr. Lockhart?
Today, we're meeting a family member who's clearly out of his depth when it comes to the law. Luckily, Judge Perkins gives him a 30-day pass to the Jailhouse Law Library, free of charge. And this is just part one of a two-part story. Let's jump in.
No.
That's where the public defender comes in, to guide you and offer advice if you still choose to go solo. Trying to learn the law from Google? It's like biting into an empty donut. Looks solid, but there's nothing.
Track and do not agree to these proceedings. All right, so what do you want to do?
I'm here under threat, duress, and coercion. I'd like to say for the record, my name is Jamil of the family Lockhart.
Let's get the record established. This is the city of Detroit versus Jamal Amir Lockhart. Appearance for the record, please, Counselor.
Rita White, House Counsel, on behalf of Mr. Jamil Lockhart.
All right, Mr. Lockhart.
No one is representing me on my behalf. I don't know.
Don't worry, the court will make its authority over you crystal clear before this trial is done.
Mr. Lockhart.
Yeah, so I am Jamil of the family Lockhart, flesh and blood, living man, and attorney in fact for Jamil Lockhart and Legis Trust. I'm here by threat, duress, and coercion. I'm here making a special appearance. And I'm here to demand that the court prove jurisdiction over me as a live flesh.
First, let's clear up your broad use of the term human being. Now, let's look at Michigan Court Rule 3.100A.4. It gives district courts authority over misdemeanors. This comes straight from Article 6, Section 5 of the Michigan Constitution, which lets the Michigan Supreme Court set court rules statewide. And the 10th Amendment? It allows states to govern themselves, as long as their laws don't clash with federal law or the U.S. Constitution. Bottom line, this court absolutely has jurisdiction over you.
Submitted a challenge to jurisdiction. Jurisdiction must be proven and proven on the record. And then also I submitted Freedom of Information Act request for your foreign registration statement and anti-bribery statement, as well as that of prosecutor. There is no contract. Every presentment that was made to me was formally rejected and sent back to the court, which is what you have a copy of, by my notary. I do have a live witness notary who can come in and testify to that fact. Given that there is no commercial contract, no commercial agreement, I fail to see how the court has jurisdiction. Furthermore, there's been no injured party. And no, there's been failure to state a claim through a verified affidavit. So if someone can prove to me how this statutory commercial court has some kind of jurisdiction over me as a live flesh and blood human being, I think we could.
How exactly do you plan to listen and talk at the same time? That's the issue with some people. Their social skills are so off, they can't manage a simple conversation. And if you think this behavior stops when this call ends, I've got some travel documents you might be interested in.
Well, let's start here. You have a notice is not what you think notice should be. Notice is what is it's properly effectuated in the court rule. And I'll certainly give you whatever hearing that you want if you file the proper motions and material to contest that. I'll give you an opportunity to be heard on that. But furthermore, what I'm looking at is I have a proof of service.
There is no proof of service that was rejected and sent back to the court. You have a copy of that.
You're not even listening. You're not even going to listen. I listened to what you said. Are you going to listen to me?
I am listening to you. I'm just responding to you.
I wouldn't tell the judge, who controls my freedom, what to do. The smart move is filing a polite, proper motion. Talking over the judge and making demands? That's a fast track to a contempt charge and a trip to jail.
So why don't you listen before you start making statements?
Oh, you had paused. I thought you were finished.
What it isn't.
Well, go ahead.
Are you giving me permission to go ahead now too, right?
I assumed you were done speaking.
All right. Listen, I have envelope with certified mail. I don't know what I believe the contents have been stapled to the envelope. It's got a proof of service effectuated by Nyla Perrin. I have a signed complaint here, signed by Officer Randy Randolph on 11/19/2019.
Is he here today?
And we can get him in here. Today is only date and time is set for arraignment. So you're just being arraigned, and what the arraignment purposes of the arraignment, and let's go through the whole thing, is you're here for a expired plate ticket. That is a civil infraction that carries a $145 fine. There's an allegation that you did not have a drove while license not valid or improper. That is a misdemeanor offense, punishable by 93 days at the maximum by 93 days in jail and or $500 in fine. On the same day and time, it was an allegation that you did not provide proper insurance. That is a misdemeanor, as it's written here, and that is punishable by the maximum possible penalty of 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. There's also a warrant for your arrest for an allegation of an improper, not valid driver's license. So today is the date and time set for arraignment. You have the option of pleading guilty, not guilty, or standing mute. You stand mute, I'll enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. What would you like to do, sir?
I am here under threat, duress, and coercion to demand
You're
that
not
this
here under threat, duress, or
prove some kind of jurisdiction, and until jurisdiction has been proven.
That wraps up his first court appearance. It should have ended there. But he stayed on the Zoom call until the docket was done, just to keep arguing with the judge. Let's just say, this is a textbook example of how not to defend yourself in court.
Is this proceeding taking place under common law?
This proceeding is taking place in accordance to the court rules and the statutory laws of the state of Michigan.
So I am not a creature of statute. I am not under statutory law. I would demand that this proceeding take place under common law, as I am a live flesh and blood human being, under no authority but that of God.
All right. I'm not going to go back and forth. I'm going to give you another court date. I don't have any All
I need you to do is prove jurisdiction.
You don't tell me what you need me to do, sir.
Do you really understand how the legal system works? The Sixth Amendment guarantees your right to an attorney. It's your choice to accept that help, but many people don't even realize they're entitled to free, court-appointed counsel. If everyone went pro-se, courts would be flooded with people making the same mistakes you're making, damaging their own cases without even knowing it.
With due respect, the court must prove jurisdiction.
I understand that. We can get this over with quicker rather than later if you let me do my job. What I was trying to say, you're making your claim and stating your case that the court doesn't have jurisdiction over you. In order for me to properly review that and go, it's got to be done according to the court rules. I need a motion, and I will read it. I will read that motion.
I have submitted a motion to dismiss for lack of subject matter jurisdiction.
I don't have it. I don't have it in front of me. And then I'll give you a motion.
I have a timestamped copy of it if you'd like me to show you.
All right, you got to submit it to the court. Look at the.
It was filed by the clerk just 2 days ago.
Okay,
I have a
well,
timestamped copy of it.
It hasn't got to the file. I'm going to give you another pretrial date.
I would like to say I do not consent. The court has to prove jurisdiction. I filed that document a few days ago. Anything short of that is an admission that there is no jurisdiction.